section of video lesson, I'll go through with branching and stash. So what is branch? Like, think that you are working in a with a project, and there can be many developers. There is a code into your central repository. You pulling the code for fixing something. That can be bugs, that can be some incidents, that can be something adding their new features. So then in that feature branch you work, and when checked everything's working fine, you can merge that on with the master branch. So let me go through with that. So for branching, what you have to do, you just type first branch. So it will give you the list. For now you can see only master branch there. So to create a branch, like you normally, if you see in actual environment, you pull the code from the repository, then you create a branch where you will do all your changes. So what I'm going to do, I just create a create a branch. So um, git, you can type like one command or separate command like git branch. You can give the branch name like feature branch. So it will create a branch for you. To go to that branch, you need to type git checkout, then branch name, which is feature branch. But you can also run two commands at the same time. For example, git uh, checkout, then minus b, and the branch name you want, like b1. So it will be straight go to your new branch. So how do you know that you are on that branch? So if you type that, and you will see that there is a star mark or asterisk mark there. So that means you know that you are on that branch right now. So for example, I am going to work on, you know, for now, first, go to that git checkout. Branch is feature branch. So now I have got all the codes, and I would like to add something here that I think for this issue, I need to add some code. So touch fix code dot txt. Here I'm adding most of the cases a empty file, but in actual environment you will put the code there. So I've created a file. So as usual, because I'm on if you see that git status, hmm, git branch, I'm on fb branch, and then if I see git status, you have to do always like add and commit. So git add after you working with your file. So git add, commit, give a message that is happy test. So you see the tree is clean. Now what I want to, like, because I created a march like new branch, then I do some changes based on that there are system issue that you're going to fix. You write all the codes. Now what you want, you are happy, like you verified with other team member, then you would like to merge your work with the master repository. So git checkout master, and then you want to merge. So git merge. Where you work, you worked on feature branch, or where you fix the code. Now you merging that feature branch with master. So you see that has been, like, it has been merged. It code has been added to your master branch. So um, git log one line. So you can see that it has been um, merged there. Now, let me clear my screen. Now their case can arise where that you working same file modified into that both branches. Uh, so first for that, git branch I mean master branch. So here let's create a file. Touch merge conf.txt. I create a file. What I can do, turn this time echo. This is on master branch bug fix. So you create a file here, then git status, git add, mm, git commit minus m master branch bug fix. Just give a message. Uh, Sorry, commit. So I've done to master branch. So if I see git status, all clean. Now I'm going to go to the feature branch. So git checkout feature branch. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to do the like same file name that I created here. So merge cont txt onto master branch. So let me, so this is, I just, instead of master I just put bug fix branch. So I just put that one, but file name is same. I'm on feature branch right now. So I've done that one. Now as usual you have to um, add and commit. So it's just and committing that one. Track the file. Then so git commit and same, give a message. So bug ab txt. So it looks good so far. There are no issues. Now if I do git checkout master, I mean master branch. Now I'm trying to merge, git merge. Which one? Feature branch where I work, bug fixing work, but file name is same. Remember this file name is same. So what I'm going to do, git merge av to master. Tala, you see that automatic merge failed. So fix conflict and then commit the result. So you see that there is a difference. So we have to fix that one because of what the issues there. So what we have to do then from here, if you open the file name is this one, you can see both the contents. You see that two branch, head branch and feature branch. So if I don't want to something, you can put some comment there, like you working together from two team, and you decided, sorry, decided that what the code will be. So when you are happy that you both decided, okay, this code will be this one. So that means you finalize that code, and then what you have to do, you have to just put git add and git commit, give a message that you finalized or conflict resolve. So master conflict resolved. So that has been done. Now if you see that git status, you can see all clean. There is no issues. So that has been clean now. So git log online. So that's good. So its conflict has been resolved. Now There can be another things can come which is known as rebase. So what is rebase? Like think you create a feature branch and there is a master branch. People are working. Let me show you some diagram from my Git branch. So far what we have done, and this is thing that master branch, and there is a feature branch. We can, there are some changes we have done. Then we merge the changes or bug fixing code into master branch. And conflict came because if same file modifying by two branches, then if inside the code entry is different, it can raise some issues. So it will not merge and you will get some messes. In that case, like if two developers are working, then they need to make sure that which code is better, or just to finalize that this code will work, then they can merge that one. Now there can be other option can come, which is rebase. So how that works? Like you think that master branch, after getting a feature branch or creating a feature branch based on master branch, there are some changes that master branch B and C, and some changes on feature branch D and E. Normally, if you merge, then what can happen? It can go, on that A, B. If changes D, then you can see D first before C, then E in different sequence. Git rebase, it just make it, it's like if I say head is in a linear format, so that that the sequence of that one A, B, C, D, E, so that master branch is going first, so that this changes in non-master branch and others in like in another branch. So let me go through that one. So mainly you see that integrate changes from one branch to into another, and it's a linear and organized commit history. So you will get clear idea if we go to into that lab session. So let's go through that one now in lab branching. So far we have seen how we can create a branch, how we can merge our feature branch with the master branch. Then we see the conflict in between branch and how we can resolve that issue. Now I'll go through another with branching, that is rebase. So what it actually does, this thing that after creating a branch, there are some committee or some works into master branch, then some commits into your feature branch. So what can happen? Like that can be, you can do that may not be sequential when you type like git log. You can see that there is a differences in between them. But if you use like git rebase command, then what it does, it actually allows to integrate one branch with other branch, and so that you can see the commit history in a linear or organized format. So when I'm saying that, and what does that mean? Like think this is master branch. After creating a branch, you did some work into master branch B and C, and you did some work into feature branch. So when you check from your feature branch, you may not see that in sequence. To see into sequence, and you can use rebase. So you will be get more understanding if we do hands-on. So let's go through hands-on now. So here I am connecting my session, and now git branch. Oh, I typo. So when I have done that one, currently I am on feature branch. So first, what we can do, we can see in the log output. So git log one line. This is my branch FB. So let's see the output here. So we can see the log sequence. Let me move a little bit so you can see the commit ID. Now, if I do commit ID for master branch, You can get those numbers here like 238, 234, 238, but masters has got different commit ID top one. So now what I'm going to do when I'm in this like feature branch, I'm going to add for testing. Let's add some file like touch that rebase base.txt. So I create a file. As usual, we have to track like stage and commit. Let me reduce my window. Yep. So git add, then git commit sm txt. So I commit that one. Now, if I type like git status, now what I'm going to do, just rebasing master. So what I have done, check my log again one more time. We can check uh, feature branch. So you can see and some work on 238 here. It has been changed. So another work I have done that one. So now I'm going to do what? I'm going to rebasing from my child branch. I'm going rebase to master. So successfully rebased and updated reference and heads into feature branch. So now if I check that one, so what the status? So let me check that git log one line feature branch. So after rebase, if you see here, what happened? Here you see that in between these two, like there was other work that I have done into master, because I was working into feature branch and then in between I have done another work which I did not see in my last time before rebase. So when I rebase, what it does, it just give you all the commit information in a linear format so that you know what happened or what the sequentially information, what changes was done into the system. That is very much with that rebase. So now let's go through another feature which is stash. So what it does, it actually allow you like save a draft. Uh, As an example, you are working something, you have like add a file or you just touch a file, like you create a file and did not commit it. In the same time, maybe some work came and you would like to work on that one. And then if you put that into stash, then what it does, it will take any uncommitted changes to your working directory. So it will put them aside. And you can go back again, and do your work. So let's go through with the hands-on to make more clear on this one. So let me clear my screen. So git branch. So currently I'm on feature branch and I am going to create a few files. That you can create one file, you can create multiple files. It's up to you. So st01 txt st02 txt. As I mentioned many times, this is your code file where you developed code to deploy or to do some works. So I have created two files. Now, if I see the git status, you will see that that is currently, say that untracked files. Now, I can stash here. I can stash even after, uh, like adding those files before commit. So what will I do? First check git stash. Nothing is there. So you see that no local changes to save. So what I'm going to do, let me add those two files in current directory because it's nothing there. I did not set that up. So it's a saved working directory, state of work in progress of this one. Now, if I see the stash list, you can see into list format and you can see this is the index there. So what is happening, what it does actually? So if I to git status, you see it's clean, it's showing that it's clean. So what actually it did, let me go through image. So here you will get little more idea. So here is a master branch, or think just two branch. You were working in one branch. That can be a case. Then you realize that, oh, it's not the right branch. So then you execute that okay stash. So then it will create. You see that it will create a stash file. So it will create kind of heading status so that Git knows that where it up to, and when you think that your work is completed or you would like to go back to your previous work, then you can just pop the command. So here now you see I have done list. What will I do? Mm, Now I would like to go back to my previous work. I have done what the work I want to do. For example, I would like to add, I would like to do a work here. So uh, touch sta03.txt, then git add and git commit um, -m st03 git status. So I have done my work. Now what I would like to do, I would like to go back. So two options there. I can either use apply or pop. Before that you can check the help. So you can see the options. So there is a pop options or apply option. So what the difference, if we do pop, it will drop, it will actually run both apply and drop together. But if we apply, what it does not drop stash. So you can see the stash is still sitting there. So you can run pop to cover both of them. So in my case, like stash, how? Look, if I put apply, you see new files there. So git stash, that means it knows now file about that one. So git stash, if I put ls git stash push cannot resume unexpected token, sub command was not specified. what command is wrong here? Oh, ls, this is list. So that should be list. So you can see that stash is here. So now if I would like to drop that one, so what I have to do, that here drop, git status drop. So git status drop. If I do that one, I have to define the index, which is this one. So now if you go stash list, you see no file there. So if I do the same thing again, but if I check git status, so I can see those files are there. Now check with pop. So git stash set up again. So now if you say git status, you'll see it's a clean. Now if I see the list, I can see there as expected. Now instead of apply, we are going to drop pop. So we are going to use. So you see it is just popped. So dropped stash. So if you see, check that one, you see it's not there. Now you can do, you just get back to, you did your work and done, then you go back to your previous state. Now here you can just do your work or finish your work. So git add, so it will add those two files, then git commit and message, so stmsg, so git status. So that's it with git stash. So it's give you, that clean state from the git side. So git knows, git put into, some kind of temporary directory all the information, and when you want to go back again, then you can just pop that one and do your work. So far we have gone through, all the basic commands that you normally use day-to-day basis. But what I have done so far, I have done everything into local repository. So now we'll go through remote repository. So what we need for that one, you need, a Git server, like remote server to connect. In our case, we'll use GitHub. So let me go through that one. So how that works here, as an example, you see that think that this is a remote repository. You pulling the code or clone the repo, and then you do work. You do your work here. There are multiple users. They can do work in parallel, and when they are, ready to merge the code, they can do that on a remote repo. So let me go through that one now. You can just go to GitHub. Here, like to use this one, you can create a GitHub account. It's easy as a new user. GitHub. Here is that sign up. You can sign up with all the necessary information. When like you will get your email address and get all the information that needs. After that, log into Git. So like here, I have login to my Git account. Now for testing purpose, what I can do, I can create a new repo. If I say, so after logging in, I'm going to create a repo. So I give a name like see git demo, and then this is for git demo, and I make it public so that anyone can access. And you can add readme file. Readme file is mainly to give information what this repo is, and then create a repo. So from that repo, you can see that information here that create a new repository. You can, it's like the easy way to create even in you. I did not say that because previously we are working totally on local repository. But again, if you want, it's easy from your side. Like you can just copy paste and create a new repository in your command line. So you can copy here, you see that, and you can do that in your mm, desktop or in your local machine. So create a new repository. You can see that command. You can do that and push into this remote repository. Other option, like you got so far, what happened? We did some work in our local environment, which is Git practice, and we would like to move that one to remote repo. So what we have to add, that this is the project. You see that, you see the URL remote add origin. So this is an alias. Alias is you adding remote, adding what my repository alias will be. My repository is this one, and not, I don't want to write every times that one, so therefore I am using origin. You can use other word here, totally fine. So if I copy that one, so now if I like type git remote, okay, then you see that information there is a fetch and push. I will tell that little bit later. So just think that origin means my alias. So if I do same thing, instead of origin, if I put mmsmp, now if I go remote b, you can see that. So you can set up, this is kind of alias, nothing else. So ultimately whenever we'll represent that one, it will go to this origin. Now if we try to push now to remote repository, so what will happen? Git push, like you think that you have done all your work, you're happy, then you need to push your code to your master side, like origin master. So origin and master. So if I do that one, it is asking me for password, like user ID, and then it asking for password. So what is password? And that is the thing you need to remember, that it has been changed recent, like already so many years. So what you can do to get the password, you click here from your name, if I say, or from your account, go to settings, then developer settings. After that you see that access token, so there is no more password anymore. So what I'm saying, let me go here and go back here. So I know what is my password. Look, I'm typing password here, but saying authentication failed and support for password authentication was removed. So it was removed. So now they don't want to use to password, but you have to use your token. So what you have to do after that, go here, classic token. So I have got already, I used a token, but better to create for now for this session. Ultimately, I'll reset again. So delete this token. What you need to, you go there, then generate new token. You can see two options. I'm going to use classic, all classic. So classic, and then it is my password for this account. Now I'm using for testing. So here give a note, and you can put expiration different times. Even you can put custom. Then select what different type of scope is there. I'm selecting for repo and click on generate token. So it will generate a token here. You see that one. You just copy that bit and go back here. So if I try to push, so and check your account. Passing my pin. Let me show you what we are doing. So if you go here, oh, that code is just one time, so you need to copy that one. See if I go to now to work with remote repository. Here is remote repository. So let me clone this repository, GitHub, like you see DevOps Git. So you can click on code to get the URL, copy that URL. Then from here you can write git. I'm cloning the repository, so git clone and the that URL for that specific remote repository. So that can be in your work environment. This is the common repository for everyone where they share the code or the master code place. So now you see that has been cloning into my local repository. So everything here you see all the files now it is in my local repo. How? We can go to that this repo and everything's there. All the files here. So now you can work here or some other developers can work here in parallel. Think that someone did a work like and created a file. To simulate that one, I'm going to create a file like and this is testing pull. Okay, I write fetch and pull option. So I put fetch ptst dot you can give some extension like js. So commit changes. So think that someone has pushed some file after doing some work here into your origin. So origin means that the alias you define for this repository. So now this file is here, fptst, but it's not there because you clone this code before creating that file or keeping that file to remote repo. So what you can do now to get the changes what has been done into remote repository, first you can write git fetch. Here you can see that if you type git remote v, you can see it's defined the alias is this one and two options there. So what it does, so if you type git fetch origin, so you can see that what changes is there, what has been done into the main branch, and uh, now you would like to get the changes from your remote repo to local repos. What you have to execute git pull, and you pulling code from your origin. So you pull the code. When you pull the code, you see that one file has been done. What is the file name? fptst file. Now if you type ls, you can see that file is here. So this is the pulling option. Now think that again, if you do something and you want to push, so like I'm going to create a file bi like push js. And this is for pushing after cloning. As usually you have to first need to work into your own environment. Git push, now git commit, mm, -m. So you committed that file, git status. But what you did, this file that you created, this is in your local repository. That file is not in your remote repository. But what you can do, you can just type git push to your origin. So git push origin. What the origin? Alias, and there is a master, so you're going to push there. So git push origin master. So fail to push some reference to this one. Master does not match any. Git push origin. So because I did not set up masters there, so it's just setting that. So git push origin. So you can see this is done. So now if I go to my report repository, we'll see this file that I created here, pusg. So it's still not there. So if you refresh the page, you see that file is here. So I hope that you got a very good understanding that how remote repository work. Like we have done so far everything in the local repository. Then I have shown you how to work with remote repository. You can clone the repo and then do your work, or some other person is working. Like it's a collaboration. And definitely, when you merging all this code, there will be some validation or some security in place when you actually work into real work environment. So otherwise, people will can change or add that one. So there is a validation, you can add those. So that is like kind of little more expertise you need. So I don't want to go through all those. But other thing I can show you before I finish that one. Think any repository. If I go there, or anything that you may you are getting some interest, so what you can do, you can search like here you can search something like I say multi-cloud comparison, for example. You just going there, and if you go here, you will see that there is a button fork. You can fork the repository and you can get your own environment. For example, let me search AG, not here, I want to globally search. So AJ305, this is someone's repository. So I'm going there, and here is that fork. You can fork there so that it will come to my system. So you do not have any fork on this, will create a new fork. So I'm going to create a fork. So when I create a fork, it will give me a name. I just put this one and create a fork. So what is happening? So when I create this fork, it's ultimately creating a kind of, you can think of cloning where you can work, you can do your change, and you can, like uh, ask to the owner to merge anything. Like if you do, you can raise a request with him and the owner that if he prefers, he will see the changes that you have done, and if he thinks that all good, he can merge that one. So that for you normally see that contribute button is there. Like it's coming, you would like to pull something, or you have done something. So I think that is very much it from Git beginner perspective. But if you have any questions, please ask me. I am fine to reply that one. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.